Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Security Policies Group meeting. Welcome back, Martin. Uh, you, you've been gone for a while, and we're glad to see you. And welcome back, Mom, as well. Also been out for a bit. First on the agenda, demos. Andy with One Mode.
Yeah, need to share my screen. So I set up this demo group here on staging because yeah, some of the things were just merged and they didn't land on production yet. Um, some even not on staging. I think on staging we can see most of it. So it already has a scan execution policy, and I'm going to create a one mode policy now. Zoom controls are in the way. Yeah, so we have this nice new section here where we can choose one mode or strictly enforce. And we just realized that we probably need to update this text that says project settings are checked, but should say just project approval settings, I think, because we're not checking all the project settings yet. Um, all right, so that's good. Yeah, we can go with, well, actually, let's go with a security scan. And my favorite one, secret detection, because it's so easy. And yeah, let's choose some approvals. All right. Oh, empty policy name.
That alert was so useful.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, so now we have the MR approval policy, and maybe let's the security scan approval policy, and I have this test project here, and then we can actually I already prepared this somewhere, I think here. So we just add a AWS token, and this should introduce the vulnerability. So do this with a new MR. And this should be blocked now. Oh, yeah, okay. No, then block. Does it work? Okay.
What
There's a little icon next to approval is optional. Does that, what is the message of that? Okay.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Mm, yeah, that's a good one because I'm actually not sure if they're actually overwritten because they shouldn't. Like we should show a message and say that they would be overwritten if the policy would not be in one mode.
Perhaps.
But I'm wondering why they're optional anyway. Let's reload. Maybe there's something wrong. Okay. So correct. Yeah, maybe the thing didn't refresh. So now it requires one approval, and the bot comment should list. Oh, it says the following policies are in one mode, and it lists this policy here. And now we can bypass it. Select this one. Uh, and, and yeah, now we can merge it, and the approval is optional now. I think it was before it was optional. It says required approvals, but I think somewhere we had a discussion that we maybe want to change this to require approvals, but you can bypass it or something like this. But for now it says required. Yeah, so I can merge this now. And
I have another question, Andy. So,
yeah.
so if we're looking at the comment, I think that it looks right in this case. The following policies are in warm mode and can be bypassed to make approvals optional. And so in this case, violations detected in the merge request, you have the critical AWS token. I guess I'm just one case that I can imagine is that you can have an enforce mode policy that's focusing on, maybe you started with a rollout of SAST and dependency scanning, you know, critical high violations. So if there are findings from those two scanners in enforce mode, it would be blocked and would require approval regardless. And let's say that now you're rolling out container scanning and you want to start with one mode, and now there's a new detected finding that's critical in one mode, and then you have some other scan findings that are critical for SAST and dependency scanning. You end up with multiple violations, but some can be dismissed and some require approval. So I'm wondering how the
Mhm.
comment comment adapt to so that it's clear, like this critical finding can be dismissed. The AWS access token
Um,
could be dismissed, but the container scan violation
uh, no,
cannot,
for now
or
it's
vice
just
versa.
just for now it's just this static thing and doesn't change anything here. Um,
Okay.
but I think we have an issue somewhere to um to refine or to make a more detailed bot comment. At least for setting,
Yeah.
it should say which settings are would be overwritten in warm mode. And I think Dominic had some ideas to build this in a more
Okay.
smart way. For now, it's just this message here.
Cool.
Yeah,
Got it. Thank you.
also until we have like dedicated widget, like after you approve or merge the MR, we're not really updating the security bot message. So it stays like this.
True. Yeah.
I believe this is fine. I mean, it's a still temporary solution that it's in the product for 2 years, but definitely something that we would like to change in the future with our dedicated widget. So yeah.
And do you have information about this widget, about this report step? When is it planned?
The reports tab is planned by the Security Insights team in Q1. So not this upcoming quarter, but the following.
All right, and so I'm not sure if this works now, because I think it's on staging canary, so I'm not sure if we hit the canary node, but so we should be able to see an audit event as well. Um, no, we don't. I guess that's because the MR is not on staging yet, or just staging canary, and probably the background job that adds this is not updated. But it's already merged and should be here too. Should be here soon, as well as the vulnerability report. So I think we don't have the filtering yet, but what's already merged but still in the process of being deployed is the details page where we list the bypass policy here. Just thinking if we can show this somewhere else. I think I had. Uh, okay, yeah, I will look this up and maybe I can record the demo about this. But it should be on staging soon. Yeah, that's it for now.
Cool. I was playing with this today as well. And I like the over like the flow of it. It's really convenient because I created like the group and then I created security policy project for that group. So it all was linked. So whenever I tried to update the merge request approval policy, I had to go through approval process, and with warm mode, I could just ignore it, and that was like really good to have that capability. I believe there are like small things that we need to improve, like texts. I showed that in the channel for warm mode that we have approvals are optional, but then in the mergeability list, we're saying there are required approvals. So it's like we need to review it from the UX perspective, because those texts are like contradicting, and I believe they should be better reflecting like what's going on. Like rather than because approval is required uh, until you have a bypass. So yeah, that's just one thing that I found that immediately I was not looking yet into vulnerability details page. I know that filtering is not yet completed, so yeah, just wanted to mention that.
Um,
And
is it possible that,
sorry.
go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, I was just about to say that Dominic was looking into a bug for the force push settings, and yeah, I'm not sure if this is just about updating the push setting or if this actually blocks force pushes.
It actually does block force pushes.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to fix it anyway before we can roll this out. Okay, Grant, you had some questions, and I'll have some thoughts after that.
Yes, I was getting distracted now by the bug. So it's like we don't have the settings option in the warm mode configuration, but it was still just erroneously blocking force push. Just
Yeah,
making sure I'm clear.
if you have an MREP approval policy that sets approval settings block force pushes, but the
Yeah,
policy is in warm mode, so it should not block the force push. It does block the force push. That's the bug.
interesting. And it's only affecting that one
Yeah, this
setting,
is
or
yeah, it's only this one setting.
interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, just want to make sure it wasn't also like I was thinking of the enforce mode policy it has some default settings applied. So hoping that it's not, it's not affecting the other settings that are defaulted on by a policy. That sounds like now. My other question to Andy was going to be the configuration workflow because you're thinking about this language around requiring approvals versus, essentially the intent of the warm mode policy is giving the developer the option to unblock themselves. So, is it possible to show more of the configuration step a little bit more? I think you showed a little bit at the beginning, but how we handled that
Yeah, sure. I
approval
can
block.
share my screen again. Um, so you mean the policy editor, right?
Yeah, so from the editor, when you're configuring a one mode policy, I just wanted to double check that, the language that we use there
Um,
in the action, yeah. So warn users
yeah,
with a, yes, okay, got it. May proceed or receive when, okay, I think that makes sense. Cool.
yeah. I think actually that's from the MVC version, right? The bot comment warning, or did we actually update this?
I think we did use something very similar. I think if you go to add new
Okay.
action, there's actually the, no, I guess did we replace it? What's in, if you go to add new action under that block, we can do, okay, disables those two.
And actually, the
Well,
require approvers um, should be enabled. I just realized that because we decided on allowing multiple approver actions. It works if you go to YAML mode and another approver action, it'll show up, but this button is disabled. I did not
Hmm.
re-enable it yet.
I guess I'm unsure about that because like the action is a warn action, and if you had require approvers, then it's kind of in conflicts because it's like, well, you should be able to dismiss as a developer without an approval, And if you additionally added a require approvals, it kind of just cancels that out. Are you meaning like add more than one eligible approver?
Yeah, the wording needs to be also updated to not say require approvals.
Okay.
Andy, can you go to YAML mode
Yeah.
and copy this
So,
action over to create another one? Or actually just the require approval action. And go back to rule mode.
okay.
Yeah, so now
Yeah.
there's
See,
two.
oh yeah, I see. I think so. It's kind of like, well, if you clear out all the actions, I assume you'd have one that's like it's not require approvers, but so if you like, I guess you can't. Can you not?
Because I have to go back to YAML mode then. So if I delete
We need
all of
a
those,
delete. We need a delete option.
Uh, that's a good point. Yeah, we need a delete option for if there's more than one action. Otherwise, you shouldn't be able to delete the last warm mode
Yeah,
action.
I think previously you could technically delete all the rules and start over and be like, okay, I want to add a new one.
Yeah, but now that the warm mode enforcement type is in a different section, that enforces what actions you can add. So
Yeah,
there, it shouldn't say, you're right. We should be able to delete all of them. But then when you choose an action, it shouldn't say require approvers. It should say request approvers or whatever. And then that action shows back up, right?
yeah. I mean, I imagine it would be a third action here, like warn mode. Warn. We need a better term for the action, but it's kind of like a warn action. And then the other two that are here on the screen would still be there and disabled because you have the policy in warn mode. Um,
Oh, like we
that's
had
the way I
from
would
DC.
Yeah, I think so. Like these are things that would normally be if you swap to enforce mode, then you'd have actions. Um, or we just don't show them. Either way, like I think we just want to be consistent. So if you're in enforce mode, it's like, okay, these are things I can do right now. Here of the actions.
I can also add multiple actions and then switch to mode. Yeah, they're still there. Okay, but yeah,
Hmm.
we allow multiple actions now anyway, so I think that's okay.
I see. So maybe the action button gets the action options. We don't disable them. We just replace the two with the one, add or request approvals. And then when you select that, this shows up.
When you select that, yeah, this block, the warn
Yeah.
block shows up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to take an action to create an issue on that and think about that a little bit more.
Do you think this blocks
I mean,
beta release?
I mean, I think it seems like we've got enough that's blocking beta release in general from the discussion further
yeah.
down. And yeah, I think we need more of this QA step just to make sure that we're not releasing it in a state that is not yet workable. Um, so I think we've got a few things to fix first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
So we have a few other demos here, but maybe we can go through the beta release discussion here quickly while we're on it. So I tried to summarize what we have. So we can define one-mode policies. We can bypass them with reason and add a comment, and then we can merge DMR with optional approvers. The bug comment has the static message, which is also not perfect. And yeah, approval settings are not enforced, but there's a bug. And what's also merged and should land on staging and production soon is audit events and the vulnerability details page. So that's what you can show. Not sure if I have shown this before, but if we go to the vulnerability report, and then we select the vulnerability that we just introduced, then the bypass should show up here. So that's already merged and should be there soon. Yeah, but there's a bunch of stuff missing. I think we can probably add the documentation and enable the feature flag if we really want to release it this milestone. But yeah, we're missing some tests, and yeah, and even if we do some tests and we find some bugs, we have no time to fix them in this release. So I think it's a good decision to push this to the next one.
Yeah, I should probably clarify this point too. I was thinking of the vuln report. Like there seems like there's nothing yet available in the vuln report. I know the filtering piece we may be blocked on, but like we should be able to be able to identify like in a list of vulns in the report that there's if there's a vulnerability that violates a policy. So if we can't get the filter, I will make that point clear. Like that if we're blocked, we're blocked on that one. But otherwise,
Yeah.
it should be able to attribute a vulnerability to policy violation. So if we even have an API only option for now, that would be sufficient. Yeah, it seems like we
Yeah.
we can't see in the vuln page itself, and then in the vulnerability report list view, there's no way to differentiate this vulnerability violates the policy versus this one does not.
Yeah. Yeah. So the decision is to postpone the beta release. I mean, not specifically postpone it because we're gonna still keep it in this quarter. What we will do, it will be limited availability for self-managed because obviously we'll not be able to manage to deliver that on time until tomorrow. But we need to aim to release everything in this month, so we're still within the Q3 target. Will be like a tough sell, I guess, but we should make it through without like additional, changes in the process itself. And then, of course, like as we're postponing, we should first do really good QA and see what's missing for GA, because if we can have just spend those additional time that we have, like almost 3 weeks, to just improve it and then deliver it in a really better shape. It's already, I mean, I really like that I can use it. They're like just small things that we need to improve, but these small things are building the assessment of the quality we have in our product. So we need to make sure that it works. And all those, small UX thingies like texts, we need to be consistent and provide a good information. So yeah, sounds good.
Cool. So the suggestion is continue towards beta in 18.6. Is what you're saying, Alan?
I am suggesting that on .com I want to have beta by the end of the month. Generally available as beta on .com, and then in 18.6 deliver that on self-managed, and then in 18.7 GA. That is the plan.
Okay. I think that answers I was questioning what we would need to get to GA, but I'm aligned with the plan above.
Cool.
Do we need to support the licenses scanning for GA?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is left to do for license scanning?
Basically, we don't have like a easy way to associate the findings like we have for the security findings. We have the UUID, but we have like calculated UUID for that, but we are not persisting that on the like on the policy violations. So we kind of needed to somehow save this UUID so we can associate that, and then you can do the dismissal.
Thanks.
And Andy, you mentioned that only approval settings were disabled. What did you mean by that? I thought we were just disabling all the settings that are in the merge request approval policy.
That was the plan, but I made a mistake with one approval setting, and now there's a bug which still enforces a policy that is in warn mode. Should not block forced pushing, but does block pushing. Does that
Oh,
make
okay.
sense? There's one
Yeah, so
property which is erroneously getting enforced.
yeah. Okay, cool. I thought there was like we weren't going to support it at all, but he was just mentioning that there was the bug. But okay, cool. Thank you.
Alrighty. I want to occupy the whole call for word mode. Thanks for demo. Thanks for all the discussion. I believe let's continue discussion async on the channel. Let's find all small glitches, play with it, find as many bugs as possible. Like let's show really that we can postpone but prepare better quality overall. So if you feel that something is off, just mention it and we can collaborate to provide a better like UX around it. Don't take everything from granted. From Torian, like we all might be wrong, including Grant, although he's rarely wrong. Cool. I know that we don't really have enough anything else, but we do
I,
have other items. Yeah, go ahead, Grant.
yeah, I think at minimum, I'd like to be clear on the state of the user-based bypass option.
Yeah.
So users and roles. So if we can at least get through that, that would be helpful.
So
Maybe I can.
yeah, go ahead, Sashi.
Yeah, I've recorded a demo of the feature actually of the user and group bypass. So maybe I can quickly share my screen and. So yeah, I've recorded a video as well, and this is one of the MRs where the MR is bypassed from the user bypass settings. And this is similar to what we saw in the policy violations as well. So here we have the policy that are allowed to bypass, and we select the reason and we give a reason and bypass. And it would be audit logged as well. The other way to bypass this is to bypass the approvals. So the other way is to bypass the push protections. So for that, we introduced this Git push option called security policy push option, security policy bypass reason. So here I have a demo project and I have a commit that is not pushed yet. It's on the main default branch. So if I try to push now, it fails with an error. And it also says that this particular user can bypass and the bypass reason is required. So if I push with a bypass reason push option and the push is accepted. So yeah. So
Perfect.
and these are audit logged into the security policy project audit logs. Yeah. So the message is kind of not similar for two different bypasses. So this one is from the MR and this one is from the push option. So I'll try to work on to normalize this because it's done at two different places. At one place we don't have the user object, so we just show the ID, and from the MR we have the user, so we show the name of the user who bypassed. So this one pending thing that we need to normalize this message.
Probably we can just have ID then, because you could always
Yeah,
change your
ID would
name.
be more. Yeah, ID would be more easier because we can have ID even for other type of exceptions with service account and access tokens. We show the IDs, so maybe we can stick
Right.
to IDs for every bypasses.
Great. Let's do it then. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
We didn't have time to go through front end, unfortunately. But
Cool.
yeah, this is great. Great work,
Yeah,
Arthur
yeah, that
and
looks
Sashi on that.
yeah, it looks great, and looks like we're on track to release as well. Like there's nothing that's blocking that. So I'm prepping the release post items for everything here. So I'll make sure that we're ready to go with that. And I'll review the demo and let you know if there's anything else I'm seeing. But yeah, it looks good. And thanks, Andy, as well for the demo for warm mode. I mean, I think we're super close. There's a lot of moving parts. So appreciate all the work on that. And yeah, looking forward to getting it to beta, even if we're just a little bit behind. It was a P3 item, I will note.
Yeah.
So cool. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. This release post will be all about security issues. So maybe we could record a demo for the bypass, just to be included in the release post. What do you think? Like, I don't know if we
Sure.
need to talk to marketing about that, or we can just have something by ourselves. We can.
I know with Sal, he's organizing some of the marketing pieces here, and I think he's kind of holding off on the exceptions, like the exceptions bypass work, because we have a few things we've released together. I think he wants to make sure that we have that packaged. So
Okay. So potentially we could have it with warm mode all together as, something like that.
yeah,
Or
I think
okay.
he's got a few priorities planned, and we can start to like package all this together and from a marketing perspective. Yeah, in like 18.6 or something. So
Sounds
we'll
good.
definitely make sure it's communicated out.
Beautiful. Thank you so much then. Thanks team, and enjoy your
Yeah,
day.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.